notice of the wake for old Malcolm. I don't believe a word of it. I find it hard to believe that he's not still around. Seems a little suspicious to me. I can't imagine how would he round all these people up and why. And he never had any money, so who's paying for this? And makes me a little uneasy. I got to thinking about some of the goofy things that we used to do for some of his performances. He had this interesting idea, a concept of time, which he honed working in the vaudeville and burlesque thing. You say you come to the community center for a performance of his, and of course you leave the house at 7 or something. You get there at 7:30, 7:40. You park. You get up there. The place is supposed to open up at 8. But of course, the young lady there, the little goth chick who is taking the money with the metal box, she's taking stuff. So we're going to be just a few minutes late. I'm sorry. And so you pay your money. Of course, she doesn't have change for 50, so you get to pay 20 a piece to get into the damn place because she doesn't have any change yet. And she's not going to make any change for you later, of course. And so there you are, and you're milling around. Here's some other cool people dressed interestingly and so forth. But in today's world, you don't get to talk to one another, but you're milling around in the sort of lobby area of this community center. Crap, the sign the bathroom is out of order tonight. And so they never keep these places up, and so you always run on the risk. Well, all right, I can survive through the performance. So, about 8:15, bearded guy in a wedding dress comes out and says, we're going to be just a few minutes, we got a little technical problem back there. Everybody hold tight, we'll be opening up just a few minutes. And, time goes by, and pretty soon it's 8:30, 8:40, something like that. And a little Asian girl comes bustling out. I gotta go to the car, I'll get some stuff, I'll be right back, goes running out, and 5 minutes or so comes back. She, I've got the wand for the theremin, we forgot about that. And you're going, theremin? He never has any sound or music in his head. Well, whatever, And time goes by, and pretty soon it's 8:45 or something. It's supposed to start at 8:45 or so. A burly-looking lady comes out and announces that, well, if you'd all form a line to the right, we're going to go in single file. Well, we all go in single file. Why don't you all sit up front? And then another 5 minutes goes by, and pretty soon we all troop in. Now, earlier in the day, I had been there to help set up this system there, and we'd gone to a lot of trouble to go through about 100 folding chairs to find the ones that squeak and creak. And we put those along the front there. So you have all these cool people who very quickly discover there's no music, there's no sound effects, there's only dialogue and action, and they're sitting in chairs that squeak and creak, and so they're all frozen there trying not to be the person who squeaks and freaks, right? Because they're all like, we have tuned all those chairs. Those are the ones that are filled up, and everybody's there not wanting to move. You're frozen in your seat. And the play goes on and on and on. Lots of action. There's the flash tit. There's this pretend stab scene. There's the black guy who comes to the front of the audience and sobs and cries and gives some sort of racial little solo speech of his own, which he does that every performance he's in. That's how you get him to be on playbill, is he's got his little skit he has to do every time. And pretty soon we're coming towards the peak of the thing, and the whole thing is lit by one bulb up here on those lantern things. And somebody opens a door back there, and the door opens, and somebody says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were in here. And the door closes, and there's a little gust of air, thank God, coming in through the open door there, and the lamp starts swinging like this, and the play is kind of momentarily interrupted, and as the lamp comes to a stop there, this lady over here is so overcome with emotion, she starts sobbing, like, she's sobbing, moved by this, the lamp. That was the highlight of the play, practically. And eventually, we're working away, and all of a sudden the lights go out. And you go, what the hell is this? The lights go out. Suddenly a flurry of activity. And somebody's over there flipping switches, and there's no light. It's absolutely dead dark in there. And one lady has the idea. This was back before we had the little cell phone. She's got one of those cell phones like this that people used to have, mobile phones sort of a thing. And she has the idea of using that like a flashlight to find her way to the door. Well, all of a sudden people are knocking the chairs over. Something's wrong. Lights are out. We've been there for 2 hours now. It's like 10 o'clock. Somebody has locked up the building. You can't get out of the room because it's locked. Everybody's in there. They've all got to pee at this point. Everybody's got to use the damn bathroom. The bathrooms aren't working. And here we've got this thing set up, and this is all part of his plan. He has left the theater. They're locked in. They're going to get out. There's no problem. They're eventually going to get out of the building. And he's down the street at the closest tavern, waiting for them to come bustling in and pee, right? This is his idea of real performance in real time. It starts when you leave the house. It continues when you park your car. It continues in the lobby. He's been spying on the people in the lobby. This gets funnier than hell watching these people not talk to one another or only talk to people they only know slightly. And this is this whole idea of the concept of time and performance is that it didn't start when the play started. The play started way late on purpose. That was part of the plan. The play continued on until the building was locked up. Turns out he didn't have permission to be there anyway. He hadn't paid the rent. He hadn't paid the fee to use the place. But he was using it because no one would notice, and he figured they'd be locked in. And he had this notion. He has this wry sense of humor lurking behind the presumed violence and drama of the event that he's the script that he's created. Of course, his idea of creating a script, I've seen some of his scripts, and I remember him getting some actors in, and actresses, people, and they come in and the script, they're ready to go. And they're all going, well, I was told I was going to stand in for somebody. This was an easy performance. All I do is show up and I'd be told what to do. Well, the script he passes out is on the back of an envelope. He's written it with a carpenter's pencil in large print. That's the script. The whole thing had to be improvised with these people who hadn't even met each other before. And this was his idea of a big lark. He's selling tickets on this major event, and it's all improvised. There was no script really. There was a sequence of things that they would respond to at specific times. And so he comes up and he has a hammer, and he whacks a stage, and that starts one sequence, and he whacks a stage, and that starts another sequence. In the meantime, the audience they jump every time he hits the stage, and we have this problem of the audience all has to go pee. They're all desperate to get the hell out of there at some point, and he's snickering up his sleeve about how he's manipulating these people into going through this performance. And they're part of the performance and don't think of themselves as part of the performance. To him, that was part of the show. He was watching it from afar, seeing their activity, as they get seated in the squeaky chairs and freeze there. And all this stuff was all part of his plan of what a performance amounted to. That was Malcolm.